Hey, folksers. Yeah, Amazing Digital Circus. That's a show that came out the other, what's it? Let me think. That's a show that came out the other week. It was good. I've developed a little obsession with it. If you can't tell, I'm a bit of a Deltarune fangirl, you could imagine I've gotten into this considering that the ADS fandom is literally just an extension of the Deltarune fandom. No, that is not a joke. There's a reason why r/Deltarune is flooded with this shit. Yeah. A million people have made generic videos spewing their thoughts on this, just so people who are completely obsessing over it like myself can just watch more and more pointless content, even though devoid of substance. I'm trying to do slightly better than that. I'm gonna try and mainly stick to original thoughts I've had, but I'm gonna maybe reference some shit that I've heard other places and point it out. But this is gonna be relatively decent. Probably gonna be 5 minutes long or so. I don't know. Lol. So, if you haven't heard about it from fucking r/Deltarune or whatever, basically Amazing Digital Circus is a show about a set of humans who have all been trapped inside of a old old 1990s PC like edutainment point and click adventure type game. Like this opening like little skit shows its whole thing. It's like they've got to avoid going insane while trapped inside this game world. It's psychological horror. It's the existential dread of knowing that you're gonna die combined with the existential dread of knowing there's no escape. So, yeah. Zubal's probably going to be the first to abstract, seeing as she canonically has issues with identity and self worth and what she is to the point where it's like she directly isn't gendered because it's like she's no concept of herself. And if you look at what abstraction is, it's like oh they lose sight of themselves. Yeah, she's directly on the path to this. I think she's gonna be the first next character to abstract. So that's a hot take I'm putting out. Okay. Pomni's name apparently means remember in Russian. Considering that she can't remember what her life was like before entering the digital circus, and this goes for everyone else, this could have quite a lot of lore significance. Like, it's not exactly uncommon for characters in media to have names with secret hidden meanings, but what if she eventually does remember and that either causes her to go crazy, leading to a doomeristic ending, or it could lead to her escaping and happy ending, but honest to God, if this show's existentialist, like existential dread, like oh my god, I'm gonna die one day, nature or artistically, I would not be surprised if it had a sad ending. Like event, like I would not be surprised if the direction the show went was each character progressively abstracts one after another until finally the show ends with Pomni being the last character who was in the first episode that's still alive, finally abstracting. It's just an eternal cycle of doom. But of course, especially given the name Pomni meaning remember, I think she's gonna remember, and that might help her to get out. So yeah. Also, there's this swarm-like character whose face is crossed out in the scene where they're walking through the hallway where all the bedrooms are. Like I've sworn I've seen it before in like the Muppets or something. It looks like I'm open, and I swear I've seen it before. So I reverse Google image searched it, and no luck. If you recognize this from anywhere, please tell me. The last thing that I'm going to say is that a lot of the theorizing I've seen about the show's greater lore, like maybe this was a game that was developed and they're trapping people inside it so they can have super like intelligent like AI game characters without having to actually program the AI. It's like evil corporation or something, or maybe it's a post-apocalyptic world and they don't, and the reason they don't remember is because they made themselves forget because they don't want to remember the post-apocalyptic world outside. It's like a lot of where the big theories people are making about where the show's going, especially it's about the lore of the outside world. It's like one, they're presumptuous as fuck. Two, it's like, look, we just don't know yet. Let the show progress before jumping to these conclusions. For the love of God, like this pilot piece of art stands alone pretty well on its own. But like, what's it? That only goes for us judging of the digital circus itself, and maybe not so much the outside world that it's from and what I could say about that. So yeah, that's my final thought here. So with that said, yeah, I'm gonna make wildly speculate about the nature of what this show is. So I was really looking at it for the thing about the Muppet-looking character, and I was like trying to get an image to reverse Google image search, not Cirques, and I remember looking at it and being like, seeing Raghupa say a line about Kane's activities, and it's like, what about when Kane doesn't have activities? This world's a small place. There's not a lot you can do when there isn't an activity going on. Must get pretty boring. But I guess they can talk to each other. But they talk to each other during the activities, and talking to the same few people constantly will get tiring. It's like the phrase "hell is others." What if this world is just hell? What if they were all like bad people in life and now they're in hell for that, and hell is being stuck around these same few people with nothing to do but talk to them for eternity? So yeah, that's a theory about what this show is. It could be whether directly or indirectly. So yeah. Hey, okay, it's been a bit over a month since my last upload. What's happening? Simple, burnout. You know how the previous video, the last video, my iPad was being weird about it? Yeah, it's still being weird, so, they kind of put a damper on me getting any work done for a while, and so I decided to start doing it on my laptop, and then decided to learn how to use iMovie on this, and I still only sort of know, so, that's a headache. Oh, also, prelims are coming in, like, 2 or 3 weeks. Fuck yeah! Yeah, don't expect any more videos till well into December when prelims are over. This video is a stopgap made out of temporary obsession with this cool cartoon show that came out 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, so yeah, it's a headache. Sorry, there's so little content right now, but I am busy as shit. So yeah, that's a mess. As far as the production went, it was mostly smooth. I mean, I had a lot of dread, particularly about doing every single step of it, particularly editing, mainly because I'm a bit rusty. It's gonna be even worse next time because it'll have been longer. Oh my god, it'll have been a month and a week, suppose just a month. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. But yeah, hopefully I'll get a video out, another video or two out within the year. I mean, I've not said it, but around even October, September, just considering the fact that I was planning to just cut off once we reach mid-November because that's when prelims start up, and then after that it's December, and everyone else is going crazy because of the dinero. I was thinking of just cutting off from at that point until start of next year, so I was already winding down, but yeah, that's where I am. That's where all of this is. Also, I can record my screen now, so there's notice videos include cool visuals of the show playing and me scrolling on the internet, looking at stuff related to shows. So that's some high tech stuff, I guess. Lol. Anyway, like and subscribe.